Well, let's dive in. Certainly, Adam, this is carbon-free energy at Plant Vogel, and we've got 2 units over there. This is units 3 that is connected to the grid now, and unit 4 will be connected in full and around January. So this certainly is something that the Biden administration is considering as green energy. It qualifies for the manufacturing of green hydrogen if we were to utilize nuclear energy to make green hydrogen. So the Biden administration certainly has sent some really strong messages about existing nuclear and new nuclear. So we're very excited to have these 2 units in our portfolio. You can see the evolution of the Georgia grid and just how we've gone from 44% coal, cutting that in half in 2022, and will continue to reduce the amount of fossil fuel that we're using, and nuclear energy is going to continue to grow. The natural gas clearly has been a superior fuel for us because there's no coal ash involved. There's no ash at all with natural gas, so you don't have this coal residual that you have to wind up babysitting for decades until a cement company buys it. So we really like natural gas, and we're going to continue to add more natural gas in Georgia. So there have been plenty of people that have said, well, why aren't you eliminating natural gas? Well, it's just too important to the reliability on our grid, and we don't have a shrinking need. We have a growing need with companies like Hyundai and Rivian and all their suppliers, and Q-Cells and SK Innovations, and just many manufacturers coming into Georgia, and reliable energy is really important to them. Certainly, microgrids are going to be a growing factor. And you can do microgrids any number of ways, from a diesel generator, a Volvo diesel generator that can be grid tied, that meets EPA requirements, to solar, batteries, even hydrogen. So there's a lot of opportunities, and the Southern Company owns Power Secure. So if you just Google Power Secure, you'll see they're up in Research Triangle, and it's a company that Southern Company has acquired, and you're going to see more and more microgrids, either made up of solar plus batteries plus either diesel or natural gas generators, or some other combination. And batteries are going down in price, just continuing to drop. We've approved 765 megawatts of new grid-tied batteries that's going to be deployed over the next 2 years. And we did 80 3 years ago. So we do energy planning in Georgia in 3-year increments. So I would imagine that we're going to double down again in 2025 on batteries. I just think it's going to be the number one area of growth for us in the near term. I did create a net metering pilot, Adam. This would have been nice for you guys to have been involved with that. The participants were have been grandfathered 15 years into this program. Residents were limited to 10 kW. Businesses got more. The program has lapsed, and we now have moved to this other program where you get avoided cost plus a 4-cent adder for solar. That has been something that businesses have told me we can make this pencil out with a 4-cent adder. And of course, if you have a home and you don't have net metering, I highly recommend that you have solar plus batteries, and then you really don't need net metering at all. So that's continuing to grow. This is a Rivian truck. Rivian and Hyundai are both building factories in Georgia, and we're going to have more and more EVs. We've got about 80,000 cars with a plug right now Colorado has about the same, and both of our states are projecting 1 million EVs by 2030. California, well over 1 million EVs now, so there's no comparison, really. No one will ever catch California, in my opinion. It is the center of the universe in the world for electric vehicles, maybe other than China. We've got an issue on chargers. A lot of the older destination chargers from Tesla and Nissan are broken, not functioning. Our EV Brain Trust is embarking on an effort to try to repair some of these. And then, of course, just today at the commission, we heard Georgia Power's plan for $3 million worth of community charging in underserved communities and kind of deserts, charging deserts around the state. We'll be voting on those on Tuesday. I anticipate it passing unanimously. So it's going to be a substantial number of DC fast chargers with 2 level 2 chargers. So it would be this charge point unit here, which is a level 2 unit, and then 2 of these plus a DC fast charger from ChargePoint. And then in the IRP last year, the Integrated Resource Plan, I put in a motion for $53 million worth of make ready for customers. This would be franchise dealers, it would be stores, hotels, restaurants, anybody with a public facing charger. It covers from left to right, it covers the pole, the transformer, the panel, the wiring in the parking lot, everything up to the stub. The customer will pay for the charger. So this has been a very popular program. We did about 18 million worth of this from 2019 to 22, and we tripled it for this period. One customer can access up to $200,000. It is, Adam, if you are in the Georgia Power territory and you want to do EV chargers, this is the best free money that you can get in the state of Georgia right now. Because it covers a lot of electrical equipment that you otherwise would have to pay for.
And that's available for private sector employers as well. Is that
That's
true?
right. That's right. It's available for private sectors as long as those chargers are public facing. So it would be outside of your fence. But yes, private sector companies can access this. And then renewable natural gas. You heard the last presentation, talking about upcycling and about methane, and there is an effort with the gas companies that we regulate to stand up some RNG operations with dairy gas as well as chicken litter in the state, and then get that into the pipeline, get it cleaned and metered and into the pipeline to take advantage of the California energy policies that pay a premium, about 10 times the value of regular gas they pay for this dairy gas. So there's currently a unit being built right now in Eatonton, Georgia, kind of the dairy capital of Georgia, down in Putnam County. So this is something that we really want to try to take advantage of. There's been questions, and the reason I was late today, we have the Vogel hearing that was going on downstairs today. We do this every 6 months, just to kind of an update. And people are asking about building more nuclear in Georgia. And I just don't think we're going to be first in line for this. I think we're going to wait, let some others do this. Maybe my guess is maybe 10 years from now, we approve something like this, but we're going to let someone else step up and have a turn. But there's a lot of incentives for this. And you're going to continue to see more and more. I wish we had wind turbines in Georgia, just not consistent enough wind. So we're not going to be embarking on this. There is some decent wind off Georgia's shore, but I just don't think the commissioners are ready to bite off any offshore wind at this point. Hydrogen, on the other hand, we've got a hydrogen energy brain trust. The utility is very interested in hydrogen. The gas company is very interested. So getting one of these retail fueling facilities is important to me. Hyundai's in our state. They make Class 8 hydrogen trucks. we definitely would love to help them with that down in Savannah so they can utilize it and maybe build a network of hydrogen from Savannah up I-16 into Macon, Atlanta, down to LaGrange and over into Montgomery, where there's some other Kia Hyundai facilities. So this wouldn't surprise me if it takes 5 years to stand this up, even getting a substantial incentive from the government. Tidal turbines are basically wind turbines under the water. We don't have any pilots for this now, but I get asked about it a lot. So, we'll see if it happens. I think it's going to have to get in line behind raising the Talmadge Bridge in Savannah. We got to raise that bridge up. We got to dredge some more to keep the big ships coming in. And I know they don't want anything. They don't want anything in that river that's going to interfere with shipping, and that's probably the best river that we have. There are some individuals that might do this, just on a onesie twosie basis. We'll see. My story is I have solar on my house. This is solar thermal on my house in 2010. I guess had I gone to Georgia Tech instead of the University of Georgia, I would have known you don't put solar in the shade there. But my current house is full sun and has solar PV. I've had 6 EVs, a propane van, 3 E85 vehicles, 2 natural gas vehicles. I love experimenting with all of these things. And of course, I have a radio show that's been going almost 4 years now. You can subscribe at Energy Matters with Commissioner Echols anywhere you get your podcasts. And there it is, Ron.